Good morning to Madam Patricia and my fellow friends. Welcome to our recorded presentations on behaviorism in education. In the next few minutes, we will explore what behaviorism is, where it came from, how it's worked in the classroom, and whether it's still relevant in today's teaching world. My name is Erishani Mendy, with my friends Anne Marie, Najma Saswana, and Virginia Benita, and we prepare this for our philosophy, history, and policy course. Let's get started. Here's a quick look at what we'll be covering. First, we will explain the basics of behaviorism and how it started. Next, we will look at how it's used in education, especially in classroom. We will also highlight some of its strengths, but also talk about the challenges. And finally, we will reflect on whether behaviorism still fits into today's ways of teaching.
Now we're gonna talk about slide 3, where it all began. Let's start with a bit of history. Behaviorism became popular in the early 1900th century, and one of the key names behind it was John B. Watson. He believed that psychology should focus only on things we can observe, basically behavior, not thoughts or feelings. Then came Edward Thorndike, who came up with the law of effect. His idea was simple. When something good happens after a behavior, we are more likely to repeat it. Number 3, and finally, we have B.F. Skinner, probably the most famous behaviorist. He developed operant conditioning, which uses reward and punishment to shape behavior. This is where a lot of our classroom discipline techniques came from today. Now we're gonna talk about slide number 4, key ideas of behaviorism. Now let's talk about the main ideas behind behaviorism. Number 1, learning through interaction. We learn by engaging with the environment around us. Number 2, rewards and punishment. Good behavior is encouraged by rewards and bad behavior is discouraged by consequences. Number 3, focus on behavior, not thoughts. What matters is what we can see and measure, not what is going on in someone's head. Number 4, structure methods. Teachers often use real repetition and instant feedback to help students learn. This method helps create a controlled and predictable learning environment. Now we're gonna move to slide number 5, why it works in education. Now let's take a look at where behaviorism shines in the classroom. It helps teachers set goals, clear goals. Everyone knows exactly what expected. It's great for classroom management system like star charts or token encourage good behavior. It's especially useful in special education where structure and repetition are often needed. And it supports positive behavior change. Reinforcing good habits helps students feel successful. If you ever got a reward for finishing your homework, yes, behaviorism in action.
Some important limitation. Even though behaviorism has benefits, it's not without its problems. It ignores what's going on inside the student mind, like thought, motivation, or creativity. It can lead to extrinsic motivation only. In other words, students might only learn to get rewards, not because they enjoy the process, but it doesn't really support creative or critical thinking, since it relies on repetition. And some early behaviorists experiment raise ethical concern, especially when they involve children or animals. So, while it's effective in some situations, it's not the best fit for every learning context. How it used today? You might be wondering, do we still use behaviorism today? The answer is yes, but it evolved. Many classrooms now use gamification, turning learning into a game with points, pages, or levels. Tools like Class Dojo track behaviors and reward students for things like participation or teamwork. Progress monitoring tools help teachers adjust lessons based on how students are behaving or performing. These are all modern spin on classic behaviors ideas. Comparing behaviorism to other theories. Let's quickly compare behaviorism with two other major learning theories, which is cognitivism and humanism. Behaviorism focuses on behavior you can observe, and it uses conditioning to drive learning. Cognitivism, on the other hand, is all about what's happening in the mind, how we think, process, and understand information. Humanism focuses on the learner as a whole person, its emphasis emotional growth, personal goals, and self-motivation. Thinkers like Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, and Carl Roger believe that learning is more than just behavior, but it's also about meaning, connection, and growth.
Behaviorism gave us a strong foundation for structure, discipline, and clear outcomes in education. It's especially useful for building habits and mastering basic skills. But on its own, it's not enough. It works best when combined with other approaches that support creativity, critical thinking, and personal growth. In today's classroom, especially those using blended learning or technology, behaviorism still has a role, but as part of a bigger picture. Thank you. That brings us to the end of our presentations. Thanks so much for watching. The key sources we used for this presentation were B.F. Skinner's Science and Human Behavior 1953, John B. Watson's 1913 article, Psychology as the Behaviorist Views It, and Edward Thorndike's The Fundamentals of Learning 1932. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.